Hello everyone, I want to show you how to do an alternative repair to the shock absorber of a dual suspension mountain bike. Replacing or maintaining the shock absorbers are normally quite expensive, and like in my case, I don't use my bike competitively any longer, so I just looked for a quick way to repair the shock. The shock was leaking oil, and it was just bouncing all over the show. And so I'm going to show you a quick repair, and it's simply going to entail an irrigation pipe. Now you get two types. I'll just show you, or actually more than two types. I'll show you that you can see that the one's gauge is thicker than the other. This one here bends very easily. This one I can't bend at all. Okay, that's the sleeve. Okay, and I've made a slot in it as well, like that there. And so I'm gonna open it up and put it over the shock, and then use two cable ties. That's the two cable ties. And so that's the piece of irrigation pipe that I'm going to use. So you'll see the two cable ties are on. That's the slot. The length of this irrigation tube, I've left a little gap there so that there is a bit of movement, that one can still get like a little bit of shock absorption there. So what I'll do is I will have to tighten the two cable ties so that it just remains in place nicely. So even though one has the sleeve on here, one can still get a bit of shock absorption there and a bit there. Very important is that the joint of the irrigation pipe, that joint there, must be facing this axle here. You'll see the cable ties in place. I've tightened them, and I've tried it out, and it works perfectly.